Alright guys, so we're just going to get right into it. I've got my pre-mixed epoxy here. My paints, you can get them from Walmart for 50 cents to $1 or Michael's, any craft store really. This is my gold metallic paint that I picked up from Target. Some shot glasses from the Dollar Tree. Popsicle sticks from the Dollar Tree. Skewers or toothpicks that you can find in the Dollar Tree or Walmart. And a flexi straw. So now I'm grabbing my pre-mixed epoxy and I'm going to be pouring portions into shot glasses. The first glass is going to be our base color, which is white. So I have about half a shot glass, and each shot glass after that will be for your color. And you'll only need not even a quarter of a shot glass for that, because we're just going to be adding dabs and streaks of colors, so you don't need a lot. For those of you who like detail, I measured altogether maybe about 30 ounces of epoxy to do this, but to be honest, I maybe only needed about 15 to 20 because it's a flat surface and we're not even using that much. 15 to 20 I think will be more than enough. Now, if you notice, I skipped a cup of epoxy. I didn't put any paint in it because that cup is going to serve as our eraser for this process. So if we make a mistake or if we want to expand some colors, we will be using the clear epoxy to do that. So you'll see that a little bit further in the video. Now I'm going to grab my wood letter. It's an 8-inch letter that I got from Michael's. I painted the letter white so that I could secure the base and have a flawless foundation for the marble. So what we're going to do is we're just going to spread it out as evenly as possible and make sure we have full coverage before we proceed to adding the accent colors. Now what I forgot to do was elevate the letter, because when you start adding the additional colors for the marble effect, when you're streaking, it can get messy, and because we're working with epoxy, we don't want for our letter to get stuck to here. What I'm using is wax paper. So what I did was elevate it with a couple of the shot glasses that I had left over. So I'm going to reach for my first color, which is black, and you're pretty much going to take the popsicle stick and just run lines wherever you see fit. No specific direction, no order. We're just going to let the chips fall where they may. And I just want to point out that this video is sped up, so don't think that you just have to toss it. You can take your time if you want for placements. Alright guys, as you can see, this next part is pretty visually self-explanatory, but for more elaboration, you are going to take the straw that I mentioned earlier and you are going to blow it along the lines of the paint that you just laid. Now, because you are adding epoxy onto your base color, it's going to disperse amongst itself and the color is going to spread beautifully to create layers in depth. Sometimes people use heat guns for projects like this, but because it's such a small project and because it's a little bit more attention to detail, the straw allows you to hit all the sections that you would like to hit. So the closer you blow, the more you're going to get in disbursement. If you blow a little bit further away, it'll kind of just spread out the lines. Not too much color will be lost. So it depends on what kind of effect you're going for. Next color is up, and as you can see, it's not always going to come out perfect. I was not ready for that pink at the top over there. It literally just overwhelmed me. But with the help of the straw, you know, this is a project where you can get messy and not worry so much about it, because marble is not a perfect visual. So it's okay. It's all right. If you mess up, it's cool. You got this. At this point, the name of the game is just play. So we're just gonna drop colors where we feel. You can do a dot, you can do a streak, you can do it however you like. I like running colors over each other sometimes, because when you blow on the colors together combined, it creates this in-depth effect, and it kind of intertwines the colors, and the spread out once again is just beautiful. Like here, I love that. So now I'm reaching for that clear epoxy, and what I'm doing is I'm placing it in places where I want to put my metallic gold. So I didn't mix the metallic gold into the epoxy, because when I did it originally the first time, I found that the epoxy and the metallic mixed together kind of dimmed the shine a little bit. So I thought maybe it would be better to just put the epoxy down first and then put the metallic paint on top, and then kind of blow it into the epoxy itself, and maybe that would give it a better effect. And I just think that that works better for me. It also kind of helps the metallic spread a little bit more, as well as other colors. I didn't really utilize it very much in this video, but the clear epoxy is just something that you can have on hand to put on top of colors that you feel like maybe you laid a little bit too heavy, or you feel like it's too dark. And if you don't want to lose the shape, maybe you can just put the epoxy on top of it, and it'll help it spread a little bit more. The clear one, that is, to help disperse. Kind of like when you see me blowing on the gold and it disperses the color around it. I believe the extra epoxy kind of just gives you a little bit more space to move your colors, if you need so, or if you need to. Alright guys, and that is officially the process on how I complete my marble wood letters. The last thing I would do would be to add a final layer of epoxy, but if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.